This video is by Straight Goods News, SGNews.ca.
In 38, we went from protecting the fish habitat to protecting fisheries. In this case, we went from protecting navigable waters to protecting navigation. Do you see a philosophy here, and which is it?
There's a total consistent trend, which is to eliminate federal responsibilities over the environment to the maximum extent possible without offending our Constitution. The Constitution required the federal government to be responsible for fisheries. Every government up to Stephen Harper has regarded fisheries as basically comprising an ecosystem approach. You can't protect a fishery unless you protect the habitat of the fish, the food the fish eat, the whole context in which you find fish. Similarly, you can't protect the navigation and the rights of navigation on waterways unless you have as Sir John A. Macdonald's government set it out, if it's navigable, it's an objective test. Can you get a boat down it? Now, Stephen Harper has chosen to say we're only interested in certain types of fish. We're only interested in certain types of waterways. And we're not going to extend the jurisdiction that has existed for generations in this country for the federal government to be engaged at all, whether it's called protection or regulation or observation of fisheries, navigable waters, environmental assessments.
And you said certain type of fish, certain type of water. What is that type?
The ones that humans are fishing right now, either commercially, recreationally, or aboriginally.
And for water, I mean.
And for water, it's basically what it means is out of sight, out of mind. All those millions of lakes that don't have names, they don't exist anymore. And the places where no one is fishing those fish in those lakes that nobody has named don't matter anymore. It's the wilderness and remote areas of this country that no longer fit in Mr. Harper's vision of what Canadian responsibility is at the federal level for fish, for water, for the environment.
Are there protections for those for the navigable waters at provincial or municipal level?
It depends. Not always. Depends. And it certainly wouldn't be, and territorial levels. If you need to have a permit to build a dam at provincial level, but there always was a requirement to get a permit from the Minister of Transport at the federal level before destroying access to navigable waters. And so historically, you have the Ministry of Transportation work along with the Ministry of Fisheries and Environment at the federal level with provincial counterparts. So, my comments are, there's a patchwork across the country of what provinces require. This has always had, the patchwork of provincial laws had always had underneath it something of a safety net of federal requirements for a federal permit from the Federal Minister of Transport before a navigable water could be compromised through obstructions. That is no longer the case.